What the Feezzyy?
All right, man. You already know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. And we're back in here with another interview. I got somebody that don't need much introduction, but I'm going to let him go ahead and do that. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
What up, though? What up, though? It's your boy Bill. Bill Young. It's your boy Bill Feezzyy, man. Got with that boy Jay.
How you been, Bill? What's good, man?
Been all right, man. I've been all right. Taking it day at a time.
How's YouTube treating you?
YouTube treating me nice. It's treating me nice. Real good.
I called on to you, man, early on, and I've shouted you out in a couple different videos because I believe in what you do. You seem authentic. You've been the great cellmate, man. You always laughing. It's hard to find a dude that can stay smiling and humble in bad situations, but I respect that, and I think the people gonna respect. So y'all remember that? That's Bill Feezzyy on YouTube, man. Where you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Born and raised?
Yeah, I left. Well, I left when I was like 12, and we was back and forth from Alabama to Georgia, and then my mama decided to stay in Georgia. So,
Did you have both your parents coming up?
nah, my dad was actually locked up. I met him like when he was getting ready to get out. I was like 11 or 12. Yeah, I don't ever remember him from when I was little. He got locked up either when my mama was still pregnant or when I was like like real little. I don't remember.
She have the boyfriends or anybody she was like involved with?
I honestly don't even remember too many boyfriends. I do remember somebody, but it wasn't like father figure to me or nothing. It wasn't nothing special to me. I ain't look at nobody like that.
You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, it was actually 8 of us. One of my brothers passed away, so it's 7 of us left.
Sorry to hear that. And your mother held down all of y'all.
7 boys, 1 girl. She says she ain't stopped. She's not gonna stop till she have a daughter. So my sister, the last one.
So she accomplished her mission.
Yeah, she said she want to have a daughter. So she had 7 sons, and then her 8th child, that's my little sister.
What was your mom doing for a living, man? It couldn't be easy. Nothing against your mom. That's a lot of kids to be raising. What was your mom doing to make ends meet?
She a nerd. Well, back in the day, she was in the street. She used to, do some of the same things that got us where we was at. But she became a nurse, and she been into nursing ever since I remember.
Say you a good kid or a bad kid, man? Who was Lil Feezzyy?
I was a good kid.
At what point did you start to go from being that good kid to what it is now?
Really, when I turned about 13 years old, that's when everything changed.
What would you say changed it?
One of my big brothers ended up he got kidnapped, and the folks who kidnapped him, they did him real, real bad, bust his forehead all open, and when he got out the hospital, he gave me a and was like, "Hey, don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody do nothing to you." And I just had a different outlook ever since that point.
That's a lot to take in. You said 13?
Yeah, I was 13.
That's a lot to take in it. And you seen him in that condition?
Yeah, I didn't see it happening to him, but we was looking for him. My mama was calling around and stuff. And I remember vividly walking out on the porch, and I seen a bunch of people like carrying somebody walking up to the house. And I'm noticing my brother friends and stuff. And when they got closer into the front yard, I just see my brother. I ain't know where he was bleeding from at first.
How long did they have him?
Like a whole day.
So from there it was on.
So at that point, I was just like, it's whatever. And as I got older, just escalate.
Stay in school?
Left school, and I literally left. Like one day in the middle of class, I literally just got up and walked out. I said, man, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this no more. And that was in 10th grade. I just walked out. What I did, though, when I left, I knew that I couldn't just say, it's over with, I ain't doing nothing. So I went to Job Corps, and I ended up getting my GED.
So when did the trouble come, man? Because you being a up and coming, I ain't gonna say up and coming because you're doing your thing, man. You're moving fast. When did the real trouble come? When's the first time you found those cuffs on you and your way into a cell?
When I went to jail, I never been to juvie or nothing. The first time I got locked up, that was the first time.
So hold, back up. You didn't do no juvie time,
No juvie time.
no jail stints.
No.
So you went out, got in trouble, and that would be your send away.
And it's crazy because in my mind, I'm thinking this is my first offense. I ain't never juvie. I know I'm gonna get a slap on the wrist. I ain't get it. My first offer was like 25. I think it was 25 or 30. It was something crazy after dribble.
Let's get into that a little bit. Tell what you want to tell. I don't want you to tell more than what you want to tell. What happened?
I had a job. That's what's crazy, bro. I had a job, a good job. And when I was in Job Corps, I got my GED and my CNA license. I was a nursing assistant at 18. You know, I quit the job one day because I was tired of waiting 2 weeks for $800. Now, since I was 13, since I first got the tool, I would off and on occasionally, hit licks on people just for the quick money. So from 13 up until 19, it was something I always did, but I wouldn't do it a lot because I'm like, I don't want to go to jail, so I do it every here and there. But once I quit the job around 18, I just went full time for a whole year. That's just what I was doing every day. Yeah, I was robbing people whenever I see fit, but it was never uncalculated. Like I just see a random person. I would always, set it up. And one day I hadn't did nothing, bro, for like 2 months. I've been chilling at the house. I got money straight. And my son's mama called me. I used to work at a job with her, and she was like, these two detectives just left. They was looking for you. I'm like, for what? I ain't been doing nothing. She said, they said you got a warrant for armed robbery. I'm like, what? And I'm thinking like, damn, I don't even know. I done did so much. I really don't even know. I went on the run. I'm like, hell no, because you do a lot of stuff and you don't know for real what they looking for. So I went on the run.
And at this point right here, where you living?
In Atlanta. I go on the run. And then later that day is crazy. Number called my phone. I just answer. I'm like, hello? Dude tell me who he is. He's some type of detective. He like, I need to talk to you. I'm like, talk to me about what? He like, I just need to talk to you. Your name came up and something. So I hang up. I done changed the number, threw the phone away. I done broke the phone, threw the phone away. Had my brother go get me a phone from the dollar store. And I'm just ducked off in a friend house. Every day they telling me like, well, the police out here everywhere. The police out here everywhere. They jumping out with pictures of you, asking people where you live at. They done went to my mama house, went through her whole house. Man, I went out like a rookie. I let the man trick me, man.
It happens.
Man called me again one day. Now, it really had me thinking like somebody that I personally know kind of was tipping them off a little bit. And the only reason I say that, bro, I had my brother go buy me a phone from a track phone from the dollar store. How does this detective get that number again? How?
Oh, somebody gave me a number.
Yeah. So the only people I was talking to on that phone was my family and friends. He calls this number one night. I answer. I'm like, hello. He like, hey, listen, man. This detective such and such. They it was a mistake. It was a mistake. It ain't, you ain't in no trouble. But he said something about an affidavit. I didn't learn till years later what that really means. Like it's an affidavit or something. You got to come down here and sign. You got to sign it, and then I could release the bench warrant. But you got to sign it. Your signature got to be on it. So I went for it like a goofy.
And they smacked your ass upside the head and put cuffs on you.
I knew I should have known because he asked me where was I at. I told him the area I was in, and it's a Dairy Queen close there. The man said, well, meet me at the Dairy Queen. I'm about to grab the paper off my desk right now. He ain't trying to meet up nowhere professional. He like, meet me at the Dairy Queen. So I go walking down the Dairy Street. I went in the Dairy Queen, went and got something to eat, got some ice cream and stuff. And when he pulled up on me, the lady, it was a lady with him. She grabbed her gun, took it off her thing. She was like, "We've been looking for you." And I'm like, "Hold on, not looking for me for what?" And then he go pull his handcuffs off. I'm like, "Hold on, man, what the hell y'all doing?" So I tried to get up out of there a little bit, but he grabbed me, slammed me out. He was way bigger than me. And shit, it was over with.
What they charge you with?
At that moment, when I went to my first appearance, I had 6 counts of armed robbery. With each armed robbery came um, possession of a firearm during commission of a crime, hijacking, and one of the armed robberies had kidnapping on it.
You're facing life.
Life.
You're facing life. That's 0 to 20 on the robberies alone. Then you got compound felonies because of the guns.
Yeah.
Facing life. So you never. This is what's interesting to me. I love this part of what we do. You had never been in a cell before. You had never been locked up. How was that? How was that first night of you've been picked up off the street? How
Yeah.
was that to go from being you out there, you out and about, you got kids at the time?
My girlfriend is pregnant. She's 7 months pregnant.
Ah. So you got a baby on the way. There's the excitement with that. You go from doing that to being locked up. Explain the feeling to the people of once you done been, and you got all those charges. That's a lot to process as you sitting there reading through all those different charges. They take you in the cell. How was that first night in that cell, Bill? And think back to it. Like really feel it. Think back, because I know how it felt for me. How did you feel
Um,
that first night in that cell, man?
it really, bro, honestly, when I think about it, it didn't feel real, bro. I kind of felt like I'm damn near dreaming in the sense, like, man, I know this is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be over with in the morning. Cause at the time I went in, the detectives, when I got to the jail, they didn't take me straight there. They tried to see if
Drill you.
I say something. They tried to talk to me first, and then they sent me up there, but it was already lockdown time. So wasn't nobody out. They just took me to my room. It just didn't feel real, bro. I remember walking in, looking around, going in there, meeting my roommate. It just didn't feel real, bro. You know.
So you fast forward. How long did you sit in jail before you actually got to trial?
Um, I sat there before I made that final decision 10 months. But I didn't go to trial. On the trial date where I was picking a jury, my lawyer whispered to me and was like, the DA is still willing to give you his last plea offer. And it's up to you. Either we finna pick this jury or you take the plea. And I was just thinking about my life, bro. I was like, I ain't about to play these games with these folks. So I just took the plea. I said, you can cancel this whole jury selection thing.
And there wasn't no way. This ain't one of them cases. A lot of people rumble their case if they feel like they can beat it. This ain't one of them cases where you think you can beat it. You know they got you.
This is 100% a case where I felt like I could beat it. And with everybody, with every family and friends, everybody was telling me this. Them 6 armed robberies, 4 of them, my 10 months of sitting, 4 of them ended up getting dropped. So everybody is telling me, bro, if the DA is dropping case after case, take it to trial. I'm telling you, you gonna win. Why would they drop 4 and don't drop the other 2? And then I'm like, man, I don't know, but they
Mm-hmm.
talk about trial, you get a life sentence, but if I plea out, I get 9 years for 2. They ended up giving me 20 to 9. But that's what I just meant to tell you. The main, even though I felt like I could beat it, bro, the main reason, one of the main reasons I said I'm just finna plea out. On the second case, I had a co-defendant.
Mm.
He was positively 100% identified by one of the victims. So
Mm.
he admitted to that along with 7 other crimes he did without me. He admitted to all that. So he wrote a full statement against me saying that's the one that was with me that had the mask on. So I'm like, this man done admitted to it and telling on me, and they're still willing to give me 9 years.
Take it.
I'm taking it, bro.
Take it to trial. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You know
Yeah,
that, right? Like,
I'm taking it, bro.
and you so from there you go to the jail, you go through receiving, you start your bid. What do they send you to?
The very, very first prison, you know, they send you, it's called Jackson classification and diagnostic. It's like the diagnostic prison. It's a very violent place, bro. Just for diagnostic, it's violent. And
Mm-hmm.
I sat in there for 13 days. That's when I got my introduction to certain things I used to see on TV and on prison movies. I seen that it was real. Because the one I was in, it ain't no step in showers. It ain't none of that. It's 16 people at a time taking a shower. Wide open. You got officers walking through. They don't give a damn about no privacy. They don't care about none of that. Ain't no curtains blocking us off. That was the most uncomfortable moment in my life, probably.
How old are you at this time?
At this time, I'm 19. It wasn't parole eligible. And they
Mm-hmm.
don't do the only time they'll let you out early by taking classes and good behavior and all that, you got to be parole eligible. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
eligible.
So do y'all have the 85% or you got to do 100?
They got that, but it's only if your crime is parole eligible. Like,
Okay,
rob-
so y'all got stipulations.
yeah,
Here's 85% no matter what.
oh yeah, nah. Like if you catch a robbery, see, I actually like if you catch a robbery, then you don't have to do the whole time. You can parole out a little early because that's
Mm-hmm.
eligible. But if you catch a armed robbery, you not getting out. You finna do every day of what time they told you.
So they get you into the system. What's next?
They get me into prison, bro, and I just ain't had the right guidance because I went to one of the sweetest prisons in Georgia from the diagnostic. I'm talking about they got AC, they got heat,
Mm.
they good food. After
I don't
they,
even know what that means.
huh?
I don't even know what that means. Good food. I ain't never walked in a chow hall and be like, smells good ahead. Not ever once, man.
My first meal at the prison is called Riverbend Correctional Facility. It was a private prison. My first meal there, I thought my mama had cooked it. They feed after they feed everybody in the chow hall, the lieutenant or the sergeant or whoever it is standing at the window, you know, where the trays come out. The people in the back will let them know, like, hey, we got some extra trays. The lieutenant will be like, who wants some extra food? They got, how many y'all got? They got 10 extra trays. People, man, that's unheard of in other places. They
Never
throw
heard of it.
it all away. They don't give a damn.
No, they dump it. Either the kitchen dudes, the guys working behind the line, gonna keep that and bag it up and send it back. They gonna eat it or they gonna dump it right in the trash.
Yeah, so they used to give you seconds, thirds, and it was straight, bro. It wasn't really barely no violence. I probably seen a few fights here. I ain't had the right guidance because I was there wild and just doing stupid stuff. You ain't even have to do at a place like that.
Well, how long was you at that place?
6 months.
See, what got you sent up off there?
When I was in Jackson, it's this old dude in the room next to me, and he used to always like talk to me like a big brother. The night I left, he said, "Listen, Bill, don't never forget this. I done been in prison for 10 years and I know how it go." He said, when you go to wherever you finna go, if anybody play with you, if they look at you for too long, they try anything slick, you need to get your hands on, a weapon and you need to put it in them. And I'm telling you, that's the only thing gonna have you
Mm.
respected and people feel like not to mess with you. I was there for like 3 months and it was a big situation happened about the store car. The dorm I'm in, they came and drug test everybody. Everybody failed for marijuana. It
So they
was on
hit y'all with a random.
random, the whole dorm. So what they was doing at this time was whoever failed, you automatically go on store restriction. Don't even think
Mm.
about no food.
2 weeks, no commissary.
Yeah. So I think it was 2 weeks, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
So out of a 62 people in the dorm, only 3 of us passed the test. Only 3 of us. So we could still order the food. So on the day that the food is coming, she come to the door and then she walk off. So I'm beating on the door trying to get the officer to pop the door. So I got to finesse the officer and tell her I got GED. I got GED class to go to. You know, people be taking classes in there.
Mm-hmm.
So me and the other two dudes the trick the officer like we finna go to GED, and she popped the door and let us out. But we
Trying
really
to get the
ran over
bag.
the door lady. Like, hey, what's up with that food? So she like, y'all ain't got no food. The list is taped onto the top of the thing. I'm looking at my name.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what do you mean? It's right here. So she like, nah, your dorm on restriction. I'm not finna get 3 of y'all in no store. That's gonna cause some violence. Like she on some stuff like, oh, them other people might try to do something to us about our
Oh,
food.
so you was actually one of the 3 that passed.
Yeah.
You was the chosen one.
So
You was the chosen one.
I'm like, man, I'm not studying them in that dorm because I'm like, I ain't saying it to her, but I'm thinking like, I'm on the same thing y'all on. You know what I'm saying?
That's corporal punishment. That's what they do. You know how it
And
goes.
I'm looking at it like a money point of view. All these people ain't getting no food for 2 weeks, but I'm about to take my whole store card and credit all this food out. I'm finna triple up by the time they get their
Ain't
stuff.
no 2 for 3s. We 2 for 4 and everything.
I'm telling you, we need to double everything. So
Mm-hmm.
she didn't man, she didn't give us the food, man. Like she was real life bucking on us. And then the officer even went to telling us, go back in the dorm. And man, I just got so mad, bro. And they had another dorm door open. She was giving them their store. That's why she was getting frustrated. Cause she trying to count out their commissary, but she got to argue with me too. And I just got mad, bro. And I snatched some of the bags of their stuff and just snatched it out, threw it in the hallway.
Mm.
And one of the other dudes that was with me who had the store, the store carts are like connected by these little thin little nail thing, like some screws. So it's real fragile right here. So he just goes to kicking it right there. So the officer beating on the glass, telling him to stop. At the same time, you got some people from the dorm who getting their food. They come running out the dorm, like talking crazy to me and the other people, because you know this finna mess up their store card.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up breaking the thing. He broke it and it snapped loose. So now it's bags of food flying everywhere on the floor. And so the door, when we came out, they never locked the door back. So now you got people from my dorm running out, just snatching bags. Ain't none of them got no store cards. So they just snatching bags, running back in the dorm. So I told one of my homeboys, I'm like, throw one of these in my box. Cause we just had the little box that you could carry around.
Mm-hmm. The one with the slide lid.
Yeah. Yep. And then they got the lock on it, but I ain't have my box
Yeah,
lock.
you got the hole in it.
Throw one in my box. So now it's a big mess out here. The officer calling supervisors on the radio. So now the dudes in the dorm who get in they stove, they coming out talking crazy now.
But
Me,
y'all done took their bags.
yeah, me and the other people from my, even though you know the prison, they would get refunded.
Yeah,
That
but they ain't caring about that. These dudes gotta wait. It's a process they now gotta go through to get their stuff.
yeah, and you know it ain't gonna be the same day.
No, 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 no. That's over. They're gonna continue with whatever they got going on, and they'll get to this tomorrow.
So they started talking crazy to me and you know some of the guys from my dorm. So these guys, they just on the BS. So even the ones who went back in the dorm, they all comes running back out the dorm. So now it's like a standoff between my dorm and these dudes' dorm.
That's all bad, man.
Next thing you know, bro, somebody got punched in the face, and when that first punch got thrown, everybody started swinging. Everybody.
Domino effect.
So somebody had a knife and ended up stabbing one of the guys from that dorm,
Allegedly.
allegedly. I'm talking about from the top of the head, everywhere. It was everywhere. That was my first time ever seeing somebody just like that.
It's a crazy feeling.
Crazy.
Are you in the midst of all this rumbling that's
Missed.
allegedly taking place?
Allegedly, we all fighting.
Okay. Ain't no way around it. You either
Yeah,
gonna do that or go lock it down.
we all fighting. Oh no, see, we was in the hallway, and you know by this point, those done got like the door to
Oh,
the
they didn't shut y'all in the hallway to
it
contain
done
it.
got locked now, so you really can't even run if you
Ah,
wanted to.
no.
And it's the hallway is a big circle, so man,
Mm-hmm.
you know we fighting. I ain't gonna lie, one of the dudes kind of seemed like he was catching advantage of me. Man, I grabbed one of them steel chairs that the officers sit on and went to feeling like I was a WWE.
WWE.
This is my first time ever being pepper sprayed,
Ah, tell
bro.
the people about that. I've been there.
Bro, I'm not really realizing it at first when they coming in screaming. I see them got these big cans, and the dude in the front like this, he's shaking it up. And he go to screaming, "Everybody get on the floor! Everybody get on the floor!" Ain't nobody getting on no floor. We in here fighting, man.
I'm getting on the floor. I've been sprayed before. Y'all can
And
step on me. I'm gonna get on the floor. I've been sprayed.
I'm coming to like the right. The side I'm on is closer to the hallway that they're coming up through. I'm not
Mhm.
thinking about that because I'm trying to think I'm the Rock or Stone Cold with this chair in my hand. They coming the way I'm at. So when he go to squeezing the spray, I'm like one of the first people that's getting it close and up close and direct. That stuff hit me straight in the face. I thought somebody had a lighter holding it on my eyeball, bro. It felt terrible. I couldn't do nothing. When I did that, I started screaming like I was a girl, bro. And
Mhm.
I felt like I couldn't even breathe, bro. I'm
You
coughing.
can't breathe.
Oh,
You try to rub it. That makes it worse.
that make it worse. I'm in there coughing, choking, screaming. I feel one of the officers that slammed me on the ground, and we ended up going to the hole. And one night they just came in there and told me to pack it up. And when they told me where I was going, man, I have been hearing about this place way before I even came into the prison. And this is like the worst of the worst in Georgia. Like, don't nobody want to be here. Smith State Prison. And when I walked in there, bro, it was a total different vibe. Totally different. When I walked in the intake room, it was like 3 orderlies in there cleaning up blood off the floor and off the counter. And I'm like, what? I ain't saying nothing, but I'm just looking around. And they just go to talking to us. They like, yeah, man, somebody just dude was getting ready to go home and somebody else ran in here and just went to stack him up.
Mm.
Like this just happened before we getting here.
You
I'm
walking in to mop buckets.
I'm like, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I can't believe I'm here. I'm talking about everything looked raggedy. The other place, clean, all the walls, white, everything looked good. These walls is covered with gang banging graffiti, all kind of stuff. Everybody whole face tatted up, looking crazy. I'm like, damn, I done got no way. I walk in, you see the showers. It's like 5, 6 people standing outside of every shower. It just looked raggedy. The lights dim. It's kind of dark in here. It just seemed like something from a scary movie or something. Seemed like something ain't right. So people gonna come up to you, talk to you. Where you from, bro? I told somebody I was from Detroit, and you know, I had a knife my first day. I'm like, what
Mm-hmm.
the hell I need this for? They like, oh boy, you gonna need it.
Mop bucket in the beginning. That let you know what you need it for. Because chances are that dude's still running. He's running around. Oh, that's a whole bunch of people just like him running around.
Just like him.
So what's next? Get into the gang politics and all that.
Pretty much kind of I'm on whatever y'all on. I'm a cool guy. I really don't want no smoke. I don't even want to fight you. But if that's what you on, I can't just let you, just try me and handle me any kind of
You
way.
got to do what you got to do.
Right. So before I even came in, I had already kind of been involved in the gang politics and stuff. So when I got to that place, it was almost like you good as soon as I walked through the door, but I know this place is way crazier than this last place just was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was cool there to be honest, bro. I actually kind of started. It was all right with me. Like I ain't having no issues. Ain't nobody doing nothing crazy to me. But I had to participate in things that that ain't really my style. But just because the stupidity that goes on, sometimes when people take it there, you got to take it there with them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you're part of any, and for y'all that are watching and don't know this, if you're part of an organization or you run with a group of guys and they say go, you got to go. Ain't no debate. You got
Right.
to act.
Or it's like this. Let's just say, I'm running with these guys and we walking to the chow hall together. You running with some other guys and you run over here and pull out a knife on one of the guys I'm walking with. And let's just say you go to hitting him with it. I can't just stand here and watch. I
Mm.
can't. I got to defend him. And if I don't, later on, they gonna do the same thing to me.
Would this be your last prison?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
All right. So one of two things got you up off this compound: good behavior or bad behavior. Which one was it?
It was good behavior, actually. So my first 2 years here, I was kind of involved in some stupid stuff a lot for 2 years. I was seeing so many people lose their life, like really be here talking to me today, and then tomorrow we on lockdown, and they like, yeah, he got killed, and I'm like, so it really made me feel like, bro, you need to get away from these people because this is a lifer's camp. Like 85% of the people here was never going home. I was talking to my counselor one day. I'm like, how do I get my security dropped? She's like, you got to go 12 months without a write-up. I had just got a write-up like a week ago. So, bro, I made it my business the next 12 months. I'm not getting wrote up for nothing. So I was trying to the best of my ability to stay under the radar. And then I did it. I wrote a request to the counselor, like, can you put in a security reduction? She wrote me a letter back the next day, like, I just put the reduction in. And when that happened, oh yeah, I was on their ass every day. Hey man, transfer me. I'm medium security. And then about 2 months later, they transferred.
When did the phones come into play? Because it just seems like some of these states is just flooded with them.
Yeah, I
When did the
think
phones come in? When'd you get your first jack?
I didn't get my first one that I really owned until 2017. So my first, 4
But you had
years.
been dealing with them, like you knew people that
Oh
had them,
yeah,
so you had access. So if you need to make a move or call somebody or go to a site or something, you had people around you go get one, but you didn't actually own one yet, which is a big deal.
right. Now my first day in there in the prison period, somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, you got $3? I'll let you use my phone for an hour." I'm like, "Phone? What?" But yeah, I didn't get my own till like 2017. This is when I actually owned the phone, my own phone. It was a little flip phone. They used to call it a hamburger.
Like the little jitterbug phones,
Yeah, the little flip phone, flip up. It's about that big with
about
the
that
screen.
big.
Yeah,
Yeah. How things go from there? You
and it
get the
was
phone, you got to go below. You got to go like Inspector Gadget mode. You got to go deep cover, stay all the way out the trouble because the smallest little thing now can get them people up in your cell, get to looking into, you get to searching. And the phone is like you got to secure and keep the phone safe at all costs.
yeah.
Tell me this: was you one of them TikTok dudes? Tell me you wasn't one of them TikTok dudes.
So I was talking to a girl online. I asked her where she stay at. She said, I'm gonna tell you, but don't judge me. I said, I ain't gonna judge you, baby. She said, I stay in some government assisted apartments. I said, shit, I do too. She said, really? What places you stay in? I said, bitch. I stay in the government program apartments for real, bitch. What the feezy?
Became one of the TikTok dudes.
Oh,
Like,
I knew you was gonna say you was a TikTok dude. You
but that
smiled too
was
much.
like
I
my
knew it.
last 2 years. In the beginning years, I ain't know nothing about none of that. I had to get comfortable first, get my money right and stuff. But the beauty about having the phone is the dorm I was in when I got the phone, out of 62 people, it was only 2 people in there with a phone. So
Oh.
when I got mine, I made the third person out of 60 something people. So I'm like this, hey, everybody want to use the phone, right?
So
Okay.
everybody knows you got this phone.
Yeah, everybody know I got it at
That's
this point.
crazy.
So
That's
now it's
crazy.
like this. I'm gonna let you use the phone because you're real good at hiding stuff. You're gonna hide it for me every day. I'm gonna
Hmm.
let you use it every day because you're real good at putting creases in the clothes. You do my clothes every day. So I just start having people letting them use the phone for an hour a day.
What did you say?
And they just doing stuff for me every day. And later on, I start getting into other stuff and I really start making some real money. And then there was a point I had 3-4 phones at one time, bro.
How much does a phone go for over there?
It's just the timing is different. Like when I got the first flip phone I had, they was going for $300. That was in 2017. But I remember vividly in 2022 they were selling flip phones for $1,300. So it just, it fluctuates. The most I've ever paid for a phone for a raggedy Android from Walmart was $2,500.
It's worth it.
Lost it 3 weeks later. At this point, everybody know me. Everybody know I get money. People just, they dropping kites to the police every other day. And then the TikTok. I lost about 8 phones because of TikTok.
Tell me about the TikTok, man, because I've seen it, and I actually want to do a let's react to the dumbest dudes on TikTok, dumbest inmates on TikTok this week. How
Bruh,
do you do TikTok while locked up? Look, you got to have in the back of your mind that at any given moment, was you covering your face?
no. If you
So
look at
you
my
were
TikTok,
just like this.
I was closer. I was this close in the camera. I ain't care. But
So you in there trying to spit game, trying to get donations, trying to get people to write you, all that. I know you are.
yeah,
Because that's
see,
any inmate's gonna do that if he ain't got a TikTok. He always trying to find a female or somebody to link with. You
so
wasn't super paranoid. You just did a whole TikTok live. And you know these officers in here be on TikTok and on social media. Did that ever come to play where they come up to you and like, I saw you on TikTok. I know it's
man,
you.
but it be the cool officers that'll come and be like, "Hey, boy, I seen you," and man. One time the girl made me do this dance, man. I don't know if you remember a song. It was some song that went viral where they was doing like a dance like that,
Oh
and
yeah.
man, I did it on TikTok and it went crazy. And the girl came and did count time and she was laughing at me. She was like, "I seen your ass on TikTok." So when she get done counting, everybody standing up at the door. And she was like, "Hey, hit that dance you was doing." So I'm like, "Man, watch out, man." So she gonna say to the dorm, "If he don't hit that dance, I'm finna shake this whole dorm down."
Oh, they looking at you crazy.
So they like, "Man, your ass better hit that dance." Everybody screaming at me. Now I'm standing on line for count talking about.
I love your personality, man. You got a great personality.
I
Would you say
appreciate
you was a dude that helped people pass their time, man, that made the best out of a bad situation?
it. Most definitely.
Where was your last camp at? Where was the last place you was at?
My last camp was a place called Ware State Prison. One of the worst, most dangerous. It's all over the news all the time. And
So did you get yourself in trouble? Did you get caught with the jack to get sent there?
yeah,
Because
it's
this don't
funny
sound like your
because
custody level went down. This sounds like your custody level that went back up.
yeah, well, at this point, I was just close at that point because every time I didn't even care about the 12 months, no DR no more. And for the people who don't know, the DR mean disciplinary report. I didn't even care about that no more. Once I got the feel of owning a phone and I can use it whenever I want to, and I can get money and I can talk to these girls, I didn't give a damn about none of that no more.
God
So,
mode. You in God mode.
I might get caught with my knife today, and that just reset me 12 months. So I just didn't care. So it was a situation with a staff member that I had been dealing with for a long time. And then some type of way, I guess it came out and hit the fan because they finessed her and she went to telling them the truth. And then they put me in the hole for like 7, 8 months. And then they let me out the hole and sent me straight to the other place for my last 6 months.
And that's where you came home from.
Now, for like 2 years straight, bro. I was smashing the girl every day.
You want to talk about that part in here? You can talk about whatever you want. My edit game is on 1,000. I just don't know if you got a girl at home that's gonna be mad about you
Oh yeah,
talking about
nah.
that. I don't want to put you in those
Oh
situations.
yeah, nah.
You want to get into that or what?
Okay, yeah, we can talk about it.
All right. So you had mentioned that you had a run with a CO, which is pretty much every inmate's dream. You had a whole full blown relationship. You said how long?
About 2 years.
How did that start? How did you bag a CO
And
2
before
years
I even
and
tell
keep
you
her
that,
for 2 years without anybody telling on you? Somebody I know it had to end with you getting told on and you got caught.
This the thing. I promise you, she was fine. It wasn't like, oh, she's just a girl. Man, she was free world fine.
So it wasn't one of them you just doing it because you locked up. It's one
No,
of them I could holler just like in real life, like, and I'm sure y'all probably talked about that too.
man, she used to come to Atlanta and meet my mama, my daddy. She knew my whole family. I thought we were getting married. It was real.
All right, let's get to the beginning of that. How'd that start?
In the prison, I end up getting a job. They make me I was the intake orderly.